We just completed what we call ISVV1A in good NASA acronym speak, but we woke up this morning, went through medical checks, had breakfast as a crew, while Charlie and her team were getting the simulated vehicle ready for launch day. We got in our crew transfer vehicles, our CTVs, we came out to the pad, we went up 2 elevators to the 274-foot level, and we met there our White Room closeout team, one of our fellow astronauts, Jessica Meir, and then 4 technicians who will get us in the Orion on launch day. So it was a great end-to-end run-through of what we will do when we get on this vehicle and head to the moon.
Well, one of the reasons is because we've never done this before, not on this vehicle and with this team. This is the team that is actually going to get us strapped in and get the vehicle tanked up and topped off on launch day. So it's important for this team to try out these procedures, but this procedure was written in a series of meetings over a decade, and so today was the first time we've had a chance to run the integrated timeline from beginning to the scrub.
On launch day, we'll be in quarantine and we'll have a professional staff there to make us our meal before we head out to the pad. This morning, it was just simple, grabbing stuff out of the fridge, getting a little breakfast, cup of coffee. Victor and I both love our coffee in the morning, and then we were heading out. So it was pretty simple today.
Honestly, I didn't really think a lot about the vehicle after I got in and sat down. I was comfortable and cool, and we had some conversations with our insertion tech, Bill, and we talked about background, and so it was actually just sitting with friends on the drive out to the launch pad. It wasn't until we got to the launch pad that it started to hit me, actually. When we walked out that crew access arm, I just had images of all those Apollo launches and shuttle launches that I saw as a kid, and it was unreal. I actually had to stop and just stand a moment in the crew access arm to really let it all sink in.
And I just want to add that we're standing here looking at 39A, we're standing under 39B, thinking that you went off that pad on the first SpaceX crewed long duration flight, and we're gonna leave here and go to the moon. This is the best place in the world to be.
Yeah. It's always great to be here. You know how much I love being here, Tony, and to be here with this crew in these suits, with this team. And that's really what's exciting. I mean, I love KSC. I'm happy here on Sundays when I'm here by myself in quarantine, but today is really about the team. I love days where I'm reminded how many people it takes to do what we do. And today, we also had a lot of folks that we can't see, but we hear them on the loops. All the folks in LCC, the Launch Control Center, that are working this, and all the folks that are going to be getting this vehicle ready. It's amazing how many folks it takes to make this possible.
Nope, it's just great to be here.
I feel like every opportunity that we have to work with the teams brings us a step closer to feeling like this is real. Whether we're meeting with the team making our service module, the team making the solid rocket boosters, the team making the main engines, every team that we meet with, and now Exploration Ground Systems is added to that list, it brings it a little bit closer because it's really about the team that we've joined to make this mission possible.
So today did feel different because you're exercising, the whole routine from wake up to getting all the way out here to the pad. And so we're in that historic suit room where the astronauts that have gone before us that flew shuttle and their real Apollo missions and walked on the moon, that's where they suited up today. And so you're sitting in that room and you're thinking, wow, this is where a lot of people led us into space in the past. And I've heard Christina use this earlier, but it is hallowed ground. And so you're walking in history. It's really neat.
The one thing I wanted to add about the suit room is that suit room is where our heroes got suited up in, and that is an amazing feeling.
So it's my first time flying in space, and so I've watched a lot of my colleagues. I've escorted their families through this process in the past, but it's the first time that I'm kind of going through it and suiting up. The big takeaways are just thinking about, I'm always thinking, what am I going to be feeling the day of? What am I going to be looking at? What is going to be interesting to me? And that's just a very different perspective. I've had shivers run up and down my spine a number of times in the last 2 days as I think about what that's going to feel like. It's pretty exciting.
It's hard to pick just one thing that I'm looking forward to, but we do have an event where we're going out at sea to train with the recovery forces, and I think that event is going to be really exciting. But honestly, another thing that comes to mind is just starting our simulations with our ground teams in Houston. When we start bringing online the teams here and the launch room here, and everyone's talking to the loops with each other across even the world, that's going to be awesome as well.